Hello, this is Eric of Not Bios, and welcome to my accessories video for the Sony ZV1. In this video, I'm going to be using the accessories I purchased specifically for this camera, as well as my own, to build different setups for this camera. Now, one thing that I have on this video that most people don't have is the option for even 7 hours of battery life straight. In fact, how about permanent power? Yes, you can get that with this setup I have on this camera. Now let's get started. Hello and welcome to my accessories video for the Sony ZV1. So I'm just going to start off with a camera item I had for a long time here. This is called the Wooden, which is from B&H Photo. It's actually made of metal. It has a camera mount here, and a camera hot shoe mount here. So it connects to your hot shoe of your camera. So this is one device. If you connect it to the one side of the camera, you actually won't block your mic or any of the other buttons. One thing I use right now and with my previous cameras. But one thing I mentioned in my video is about the hand grip. So here's a nice big hand grip, and it has access to your battery compartment through here. So what might this be useful for? Oh, by the way, here's your box for this. If you want to see what the item is. Okay. Now, you might wonder, why would I want access to the battery? Well, that has to do with this device. This is actually a dummy battery. So the camera itself can be powered with 2 amps, so you can run it permanently. And you might wonder, okay, well, it's a USB connection. What am I going to do, connect to the wall all the time? Well, if you want to travel with it, that's when you get yourself a battery bank. So this battery bank is rated for 4-point-something amps. So it can power the camera no problem at all. And what do I need that extra power for? Well, I got another device for that. So for actual device that's actually useful for this, you got yourself a nice Amaran lamp. So from Aputure. So it's a nice Aputure lamp here that can be powered with USB. You don't need a battery. You can use it with a battery though. And this goes quite bright. I've actually already tried this particular one. And it has multiple connection points. So here, here, and here. So maybe I'll connect this to the top of the camera and connect something on the side. You might wonder, well, it has a thread. How am I going to simply connect something on the side? Well, what I might want to connect, by the way, on the side is that battery bank. And I actually got a couple of mounts. I'll have to show you online here because I have that purchased, but I don't have it here yet. So I just purchased it recently. So I can connect the battery bank to a tripod, which I ordered a new tripod. That's actually small, compact. Anyways, this new connection, well, has a thread on it. So I'll be able to connect the battery bank to the side of my light. If your item has any sort of orientation, such as a microphone or say a light, do not use these at all. Unless, of course, maybe a battery if the orientation doesn't matter. And 2 amps rated, plus the 2 amps rated the camera, that's 4 amps, and this is 4-point-something amps. That battery bank. Perfect. Now, for those that wonder about zoom lenses, I actually got myself a Pro 2.2. This is a teleconverter lens type thing. So now the one thing is, teleconverters actually don't make images sharper. It uses less the sensor, which means you're going to lose actual sharpness. But people might ask about this, but we'll see how effective this is, if it's worthwhile or not. And this is not that bad of price. I'll have links below. Now, also, you might want a small little mini tripod, but maybe you don't want it just as a tripod. Maybe you want a mini selfie stick to put it out further. Nice. Or maybe you just want extra batteries. So I got extra batteries with a charger, 2 extra batteries for the camera in there, which I won't really need because I have the power bank, but it's a useful accessory. I got 2 batteries in here, have a charger, you can charge 1 battery at a time, USB cable to charge that. And then I have a camera bag. So I can stick the camera in the bag here, no problem. But they might say, well, I can drop that bag easily and drop the camera. Luckily it's soft and won't make too much of a dent in your camera, but how do you save that from falling? So on the topic of camera bag, One thing I actually missed mentioning during this video is the fact you can toss this battery into a little pouch that's in this little bag. So you also have a zipper here, and so if I had a memory card in here, I could throw that in the pouch. Of course, if you have a pile of accessories, you'll still want a big camera bag that can hold this as well. And I do have one on order, but we'll get to that later. Well, you can connect this strap to your camera, have it stick out of your bag, and you can actually hold your camera using this little strap to your camera. And there was other ones I was looking at, like I was looking at the brand from here, but it has plastic. Could you imagine the sound of like that every time the plastic thing hits your camera? That'd be absolutely annoying. So this one has just soft material, so that'll avoid when you're recording to get little tapping noises and such. And then of course, this device is pretty much a must-have. Control your camera from a distance. So this one is one of the Sony devices. I'll have a link below, and I'll probably put above which model this particular one is. So this one allows you to sit back, control it to my other video about Sony accessories. And then there's also this mount, which this one I don't think is going to be quite as useful as my other one. But we'll find out, maybe it is. Haven't used it, we'll see. And then of course, as I mentioned in my one video, tempered glass protects your device from actually being able to be unseen by sunglasses. Install this, and we can put that on the camera and see how it fits, and if we can flip the screen around without causing any problems. So this comes with 3 different tempered glass sheets. And then of course we have our wide angle lens. Oh, and you might wonder, what else could you use with this? Well, I do have the Rode Video Micro, but right now you might wonder what I'm using for sound right now. I'm using the Rode NTG for my microphone right now as we speak. So if you don't want to go with something cheap, because everyone mentions the Video Micro, but the NTG has better sound quality, so why not get the best if you want something that's the best for doing your videos? It just makes sense. And then of course, with the selfie stick, I got a package where I actually have this that can mount to the bottom, and we'll see how this hot shoe mount works. So you might wonder, how does this mount to the camera? Well, I'm going to take advantage of this screw hole and this screw. So I'm going to connect the grip where the grip is and screw it in tightly. So now your grip is solved. You got a nice big hand grip. Isn't that wonderful? Then for your cartridge, for your battery, you can now take out the old battery, and I'll place my dummy battery in. And let's see if I get it the right way the first time. Nope. And now clipped in. Awesome. Of course I can't close the cartridge. That part's gonna be impossible because, well, this cable. But at least now I can put it on a tripod, see? It's actually recessed enough that the tripod will not actually pinch the wire, and you can have this nice dummy battery in. And for installing that hand grip, there are alternate instructions. Yeah, it's kind of weird, the words are flipped to the camera image here. But you don't even need to follow those instructions. You don't need this unless you really don't have a screwdriver and you want to use these tools. And those wondering about getting your little wrist strap in, you can always use a twist tie and bend the actual elastic part of it, the bendable part, up. So you can actually bend it up and out. Right now I'm just working on it right now as we speak because I haven't got it through yet. Tweezers are actually a wonderful thing. As you can see, it's sticking out a bit. Well, I found these wire strippers faster than I found pliers, so that's what I'm going to use. And voila. So now with the hand grip installed, you won't have to worry about simply dropping your camera by accident. So you'll be like taking a photo and, oh no, you got it. It's all there. Now, how do I put this in the camera bag? Of course, now it's going to be much, much tighter because I have a much more camera to deal with. So with this on here, you're best off to stick it in upside down because this is going to catch and break off. Since it's not waterproof, I guess you could technically snap it off. You don't have a warranty on the camera then. Okay, so now I got a camera bag. I'm not trying to play Linus Tech drop tips here. Okay. And guess what? It fits nice and snug. Just gotta close that little latch. And now I can close her up. And if I don't want to lose my camera bag, I'm strapped on. So now to install the wide angle lens, what I have to start with is the little threads that go along the camera, which has sticky tape on the back side, but it comes with a bunch of extra ones. I actually like that. That's smart of them. What if it comes off? Well, you have extra. Thank you. So now I managed to peel off some of that paper, and behind the paper, of course, is the little glue tape. And I want to line that up with my camera lens right here. So I need it very, very, very perfect. This could be a bit of a challenge getting it exact, because I want it exact on both sides. I think we got it pretty much as close as we can get it to being exactly centered. Okay, now I grab the lens. Oh, it's actually metal. That cap, okay. Threads on to here. Huh. Nice. Wide angle lens from ULANZI. Let's see how much wider the wide angle lens is. So if you notice, before the mic was being cut off more, and the battery pack here was pretty much unviewable. Okay, I actually did a good job with how cheap this lens is. Okay, now look at this. Wow. Okay, it doesn't make a huge difference, but it's really not degrading the video that much. Normally another lens on a lens is a bad idea. So for the tempered glass, I really did not use the instructions on purpose, because to me they're kind of nonsensical, because why am I going to use a little sticker to take off dust? Seriously. I have cleaner 1 and 2 to clean the screen of the camera. That's what I did, stuck it on, so I continue from the glass being stuck on and how it fits now. So now the tempered screen is actually installed on here. So the question is, can I flip it, close it properly? So let's get this flipped. And yes, it does close properly, not a problem. Tempered screen's on, and oh, perfect. Now to the next item. Now to find if the zoom lens, teleconverter lens, actually fits on here. I haven't tried it yet. This could be a first time. I don't know. And we are out of luck. So sadly, the company actually sent me the wrong lens. They sent me the 58mm thread rather than the 52 that I ordered. Sure, the ULANZI wide angle lens has a 58mm thread count, but you can't use it with the macro pre-lens. It just does not work. The camera won't focus, it's blurry as heck. You need a direct connection here. And you might say, why not get a 52 to 58mm thread connection? You can do that, but why spend more money? So here's a Sony ZV1, the wooden camera mount. Now this doesn't make sense because it now covers your buttons. However, if you flip this little mount the other way around, and then of course flip your lamp light this way, then you can actually put the mic this way. And this setup can work. Now this setup I would not recommend, because you're now actually fighting to touch your buttons underneath here, especially that power button that's right underneath this thing here, and then you're just not able to access your buttons that you need to press. So a setup like this might work for some. Right now I have the Rode Wireless Go, I have a lav mic set up, but the only problem is, well, we have an arm down here, not a problem that part. We got a strap here, so we decide to go hand holding. We have a battery connected to this light here, but of course the main problem still is the battery life of this. Even if I get an external battery adapter, we still have the issue that, well, it's only going to extend battery life 50%, and the battery life in this is horrendous. Now, what do I sound with the Rode Wireless Go? Rode Wireless Go right now is connected with my lav mic, which is a W.Lav. So the question is, how does a setup like this come through sound-wise? So a setup like this, the question is this sufficient for what you want to do? You can actually travel anywhere. I can actually go out this room, go anywhere I want, and talk, and you wouldn't be any the wiser in terms of my sound quality. It doesn't matter where you are when you actually have a wireless system. So this is a consideration for a setup, but not a setup if you're suffering from low battery life like this camera. So here's an interesting vlogging setup. So what I have here is, well, nice lightweight arm from ULANZI, where I can connect other devices to the side. I have the video mic right here, the Rode video mic. I have the Aputure, my tempered glass, my bottom here with the handle from JJC, my ULANZI wide angle lens. So what this gives me, oh yeah, and did I forget something else? My battery, it's in my pocket. So if I was actually out recording in this screen, I can be holding this up with active shot on right now. I'm not coming out too bad. I actually have my arm extended. And, well, not only my arm extended, I have my wide angle lens from ULANZI on here. I have my light above my head, and if I want to crank up the brightness, I can brighten the scene a bit. So this would work for a person that's on the go, that wants to travel and talk on the camera. Of course, part of the reason for this setup is indeed permanent power. I have a USB outlet here that provides a minimum of 4 possible amps. I believe it's, let's see, it says 4.5 amps is maximum. So right now, this camera is powered by USB for the camera and the light. So here are some more of the items I'm actually waiting on right now. I hope this video came very informative for you, giving you some different options and inspiration for what you might want as a setup. If you'd like to see more, especially the different tripod and different devices I'm getting in, leave a comment below, and I may add more information and different setup options. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.
This is not BIOS, Tekken Hard.